Sometimes, we keep waiting for the perfect time, the perfect chance, the perfect feeling, but what if that perfect moment never comes? This is the story of a man who realized, far too late, that dreams don't wait for you. There was once a young man named Ethan, 27 years old, bright, creative, full of ideas, but trapped by one silent killer, waiting. Every morning, he'd stand by his apartment window, staring at the rising sun, and whisper to himself, "Someday, I'll start my business. Someday, I'll change my life." But that someday never came. Ethan worked a dull office job, 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. He hated it, yet told himself, "Once I've saved enough, once I feel ready, then I'll chase my dream." His desk drawers were stuffed with notebooks, filled with business ideas, sketches, logos, plans, but that's all they ever were, plans, because every time he got close to starting, a voice whispered in his mind, "Not yet." His best friend, Ryan, would often tease him, "Dude, you've been planning for 3 years. When are you gonna actually start?" Ethan would laugh it off, "Soon, man. I just need a little more time." But that little more time turned into months, then years. One rainy evening, exhausted from work, Ethan ducked into a small cafe for shelter. He sat by the window, dripping wet and lost in thought, when he noticed the woman behind the counter. Her name was Sophie. She looked about his age, maybe younger, but there was something different about her, a spark, a quiet confidence. She was managing the cafe all by herself, laughing with customers, moving with energy and purpose. Curious, Ethan asked, "Hey, is this your cafe?" Sophie smiled, "Yeah. I started it last year. I used to work at a bank, hated it. So one day, I just quit." Ethan blinked in surprise. "Wait, you just quit? Weren't you scared?" She nodded. "Of course I was. But I was more scared of regret." Those words hit him like lightning. More scared of regret. Ethan looked around. The warm lights, the happy chatter, the smell of fresh coffee, everything she had was something he'd been waiting years to start. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. He stared at his old notebook again, the one full of someday ideas. But this time, he didn't just stare. He acted. He opened his laptop and created a simple website for his idea, EcoFuel, sustainable energy solutions for small homes. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. For the first time in years, Ethan felt alive. Days turned into weeks. After work, he'd come home, grab a coffee, and dive straight into his project. He designed, emailed potential clients, posted online, and got mostly silence. Some ignored him. Some laughed, but a few believed, and that was enough to keep going. Bit by bit, small orders came in, a solar battery here, an energy audit there. Ethan was finally doing what he'd spent years only dreaming about. One night, Ryan dropped by and saw him working late. "Dude, you actually did it," he said, half amazed. Ethan smiled, tired, but proud. "Yeah, man. I got tired of waiting for the right moment. I realized it doesn't exist. You have to create it." Months passed. Ethan's little company started gaining traction. He quit his office job. His story got featured in a local magazine. People who once said, "You're not ready," now said, "You're lucky." But Ethan knew better. It wasn't luck, it was action. He never forgot Sophie's words. "Be more scared of regret than of failure." You see, we all wait. We wait for the right time, the right mood, the right confidence. But life doesn't reward those who wait, it rewards those who start. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be ready. You just need to begin, because every dream you delay becomes someone else's opportunity. So if you're listening right now, stop waiting. Start doing. Take that first small, messy, scary step today. The world doesn't need more plans. It needs your action. And maybe, just maybe, a year from now, someone will look at you and say, "I wish I had the courage." If this story lit a fire inside you, don't forget to subscribe for more powerful, life-changing stories like this, because your time isn't tomorrow, it's now.